Henshaw's Daily Living.
Hi, welcome to Henshaw's Knowledge Village. I'm Fiona from the children's team, back again, this time with some tips for some activities to do with the kids over the school holidays with them just been around the corner. I'm going to share 3 activities with you from our Henshaw's I Can Do It course and a couple of activities to get the kids outside. I Can Do It is for children aged 8 to 12 and 13 to 18 with visual impairments to give them skills around confidence, self-esteem and independence. The activities I'm going to share with you are from our Getting Out and About session, which introduces children to orientation and mobility skills. So the first one is called Guess That Smell. So this is very much around getting children to recognise distinctive smells which will help them understand and recognise where they are in their local community. So for example, walking past the bakery, they'll smell the smell of the fresh bread, walking past the petrol station, or even walking past the smelly farm. So we use these pots which we've bought online, but you could use plastic pots with holes in the lid, just as simple. You take the lid off, you put whatever smell inside, so you could use coffee, different herbs and spices, grass from the garden, soap, things that the kids are familiar with, and maybe some more tricky ones as well that they might not be as familiar with, to get them thinking. Put the lid back on. We've even got a manure smell, which you don't have to do, but it's quite an interesting one and the kids love it. So you take it in turns, the whole family can play. You give it a smell, pass it around, everybody has to have a little think. Once they think they know what it is, you have a go. Whoever gets it right gets a counter. Whoever's got the most counters at the end is the winner. You can give a prize, a sticker, a sweet, whatever you want to do, or just the glory of being the winner. So that's Guess That Smell. The next one is Sound Bingo. So we ordered ours from Amazon, but you can get them from other online stores. You could even make it yourself, which I'll give you a bit more information about in a minute. I'll explain the game first. So Sound Bingo comes with a CD with lots of different environmental sounds on. Most of them will be familiar, some of them are a bit more tricky. Comes with some cards as well. So if your child does have useful vision, you can use the cards without putting anything else on. But if the children may struggle, then you can either add some large print words, or we've even added Braille on ours. So those children who have very limited vision or no vision, who are Braille readers, can take part as well. So each sound corresponds with one of those pictures. Once they hear their sound, they turn their card over, and whoever turns all their cards over first is the winner. Now, if you wanted to make this game yourself, you could just record some sounds on your mobile phone. Familiar sounds from around the house or in the garden or the local park. And then you can either print your own pictures, or you don't even have to use the pictures. You could just shout out when you hear the sound. Whoever shouts it out first and gets it right gets a counter. Whoever has the most counters at the end is the winner. So that's Sound Bingo. It's a really great way to get kids using their listening skills to help them when they're orientating out and about in their community or even around the house. Like the smell game, it uses the senses to familiarise themselves. So even, for example, the hum of the fridge in the kitchen or the sound of the pedestrian crossing out on the street. Really great way to get them using those listening skills. The next one is What's in the Bag. Now, for this one, we use these fabric bags. You could use plastic bags, don't leave kids alone with them, or you could even use your kids' PE kit pump bag or something similar. The idea is, you put an object in, you feel it, don't just get them to guess what's in the bag and say it straight away, get them to really think about what is distinguishing about that object, get them to describe it, to feel the different parts of it and the different materials that are used, and really use their language to describe what's in it. Now, this is really good for kids who may have a condition that may deteriorate as they get older. It gets them thinking about those objects that they're familiar with, that eventually they may rely on their sense of touch and memory recall to identify those objects. So let's give it a go. So in this bag, I've got something that fits in the palm of my hand. It's got leather straps. It's got, I think, a metal clasp on one end, and in the middle It's like plastic with buttons on. I think I know what it is. Can you guess? I think it's a watch. Ta-da! There we go. So, like I say, again, using the sensors to familiarise the children and young people with things in their environments. So those are the 3 activities from our I Can Do It course, but with it being summer, we want to get the kids outside as well. So the first activity is a sensory garden, and I've always wanted to say this. Here's one I made earlier. So the idea of this is that the kids can get involved by getting them in the garden. You can actually buy these wooden boxes in quite big sizes to put in the garden, fill with soil, get the kids involved by actually planting the seeds, watching them grow, doing a progress chart if you wanted to, or you could buy them ready-made and plant them already grown. You can put things in like lavender, basil, things that really smell and are very fragrant and quite distinguishable. You can plant different grasses and plants with different textures so that you can feel them. Make sure you don't use anything poisonous though. You can even put some edible plants in there like strawberries, or grow your own runner beans, or anything that the kids want to grow. Just get them involved, get them outside. If you haven't got a garden, you can do these in your kitchen in a smaller pot like this. Then finally, the last activity is a sensory scavenger hunt, which again you can get the kids out in the back garden or into the local park. Get them feeling the trees, the bark, the leaves, get them looking for pebbles and stones, feeling grass. You could even take some samples and make a chart so that they've got something to take home with them and make when you get back. You could even take your phone if you wanted to get them involved with technology as well, if they've got some useful vision, using magnifiers or an app like Tap-Tap-See, which when you take a photograph of something, it actually describes to you what the child can see. So that gives them a little bit more independence over the activity as well and gets them involved in a different way. But explore your local surroundings, get out and about, do the other 3 activities, and that should keep you busy for a little while. Thanks for listening. If you want any more ideas, we've got some blogs on our Knowledge Village about activities for kids during the school holidays. Take a look at that, or get in touch with the Children and Young People's team to find out what activities we've got on over the holidays. Our videos are helping people across the world. If you found them useful, please donate on our website so we can keep making more videos like this in the future.
Henshaw's, supporting people with sight loss and a range of other disabilities to go beyond expectations.